Woo! It's been a while since we've been in such events. I'm sure you too. So please raise your hand if you think you came from the farthest location. Okay, we have a few in the back. Who think he came from the closest location, maybe Neve Tzedek or Jaffa? Where are you from? Where did you come from? Florentine, very close. Raise your hand if you came with a friend or a colleague. I'm sure most of you, yeah, makes sense. And raise your hand if you are interested in meeting new people today. Woo! You see, guys, we already started networking. Amazing. So, today we're going to talk about how to lead through networking and enjoy it. And I want to share with you my story. My story started when I was actually 5. I had these weird dreams. I wanted to work for NASA and I wanted to work in the circus. And I always felt that it's impossible for me to achieve my dreams because I don't know anyone in NASA and I don't know anybody in the circus. So from a very young age, I realized that in order to achieve my dreams, to fulfill myself and my friends' dreams, I need to know people. And at the age of 16, I actually discovered the world of radio. And I wanted to work in the local radio station. I realized that this is a wonderful way to reach the masses and share positive messages with them. But I didn't know anybody in the radio, so how the hell am I going to work in the radio? And this is where I planned my first networking strategy. I realized that if people in the radio would know me, like me, and trust me, they would be most likely to get me to work for them. So, with that in mind, I joined a course at the local radio station, 90 FM. It was a short course, it was a 4-day course, and at the last day, I went to the CEO's office. I still remember until today my little hand about to knock on the white door. I knocked on the door. He says, yes, come in. And I said, hi, my name is Lirone. I'm a part of one of the participants in your radio course, and I really want to work for you. I see my future in your station. And then silent, cricket. And then he said, okay, I'm going to pay you 100 shekel a month, and you can join a production team. And I was like, yes, I did it. And this was actually the first time I really networked. And I want to show you, this is me back at 16, networker since 1998. But the reason I share this with you is because since then, I actually had a mission to research how people can network better. How can all of us create an authentic and strategic relationships in order for us to move forward? And I traveled the world, I networked a lot, I read almost any research out there, and I even interviewed some of the leading people in the world around networking. And I developed a methodology, which I'm going to share some of it with you today. But one of the main things I realized is that networkers are leaders. Think about it. Networkers, these are the people who connect the dots. These are the people that help other people, that help companies, markets to move forward. But if there is another thing that I realized, is that it's really all about people. And that's what we're going to talk about today, my friends. Networkers are leaders, and we're going to talk about how you are already a natural networker. So I'm going to show you that in a few minutes. How to plan your networking at this event, how to break the ice with people, and how to connect with almost everyone. Ready? Let's do it. So please, let's start with saying hi to the person sitting next to you. That's basic rule of networking, right? Hi, introduce yourself, say your name. Good. Now remember them because I would like you to keep talking to them right after the session. Amazing. If I could only take a picture of you and show you how beautiful it looks from this point. Good. So, as I said, or maybe briefly, I was introduced by Noor. So I am a global business development consultant. I'm privileged to be an international keynote speaker. I'm an advisor at a UN-affiliated committee, which I'm going to share a bit more about it in a few minutes. And I love people, traveling, yoga, and whiskey. Anybody else love yoga and whiskey? Specifically, Belvini, Macallan's? Good. Fantastic. So, why do people attend conferences? There are actually 3 main reasons for that. Sorry. sorry. The first one is learn new things, right? You came here because you want to learn some new information. The second thing is to hang out with their friends, right? It's always easy and fun to hang out with people we know or even strengthen relationships with people that we haven't seen in a while. And meet new people and be open to new opportunities. So, that being said, do you know why so many people love to hate networking? You know, even the word networking is an annoying word, right? So, since I researched the topic, I can tell you that one of the main reasons that people love to hate networking is because no one has ever taught us how to do this. Think about it. We don't learn this at school, in primary school. Maybe you have one single course about it or an hour about it at the university. But most people network because either they have it inside of them, as they say, or they learn through trial and error, or they copycat or imitate other people, but no one actually teaches us how to do it, and that's why I decided I should do it around the world. But the honest truth is that it's just so simple. It's really about forming an authentic bond with people. It's about giving. It's about finding interest in others, and guys, it's about having fun, right? And the currency of relationship building is giving value. Value could be sharing contacts or referrals, could be sharing information, sharing or giving different resources, and what I like to call the experience. You probably heard this quote by Maya Angelou. She said, "People will not necessarily remember what you said or what you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel." And that's your own differentiator. And that's what I mean when I say the experience that you bring with you to any interaction. So what can you gain from networking? A lot. More friends equals more opportunities, knowledge and resources, access to decision makers that you probably want to meet here as well, social safety net. It could help you surround yourself with ambassadors, people who walk around the world and just think about your interests and your goals and how they can help you. As I said earlier, make some fun experiences. So if it's so good for us, why do so many people love to hate networking? Let me give you the science answer for that. So the scientific answer for that is that 7.1% of Americans have social phobia. Social phobia happens when they talk to different people, when they are on Zoom calls, conferences, any interaction, and of course, public speaking. But the most interesting data is this one. So actually 90% of the population reports some shyness in social interaction. That makes you and me together, all together. And I can definitely say that I also have some shyness from social interactions. I just learned and made sure to practice and become better. So if you try to get into the head of some of us who are shy or feel uncomfortable in social interactions, there are different things that go through their minds. And I want you to raise your hand if you've ever thought, if this thought I'm going to show you has ever crossed your mind in social interactions. Ready? So whenever you talk to different people, did you get to think that they probably don't like me? It happened to me a lot. Thank you for the brave people who just raised their hands. I just embarrassed myself. Shit. Yeah, oh, you become even more brave, thank you. Why did I just say that? Thank you guys, I appreciate you for raising your hands. Now, let's move to the other part of the... Do you know what goes on networkers' mind when they enter such event and see new people? Yay, strangers, I'm going to make new friends. That's what networkers think. Now, I want you to know that we are actually biologically wired to enjoy social interactions. We are social creatures. So let me show you in the next few minutes how to actually activate your body, how to help your body help you enjoy social interactions. And I'm going to present two powerful hormones you may have heard of. First of all is oxytocin. It's referred to as the love and friendship hormone. Basically, what it does, it makes us feel love, it makes us feel trust, it makes us feel good, it reduces stress, and the best thing about it, it goes both ways. So if I am activating my oxytocin while I'm interacting with someone, it will also be activated within the other person. So how can you activate oxytocin just when you leave this room, or even right now? A single minute of positive chat will make you feel better. Sharing a meal, so during lunch, don't forget to take some extra dessert so you could share with other people and you could both share the oxytocin. Giving a gift or a compliment, and paying full attention when you speak to someone, when you pay full attention, and even long hugs. I actually have a friend that every time she sees me, she actually hugs me and counts until 20 to ensure the oxytocin will burst. The other one is testosterone. This is the confidence hack. Now, I want to ask you guys to please stand up. I don't know if you saw me back there, but I was standing up like this. Please stand like, do the Wonder Woman pose. Now stay this way while I'll explain why did I ask you to do this. So this is the power pose. The power pose, actually, what happened in your body right now, you increase your testosterone level by 20%, you decrease your stress, cortisol hormones by 25%, and it's actually proven to increase cognition, communication, confidence, reduces stress, and that's what you should do. And now you're actually priming your body to network and feel more comfortable in social interactions. So thank you, guys. You can go back to your seats. Now, after we primed our bodies for social interactions, let's do networking. Let's start working. So what is your goal? You came to this event because you want to learn new things, you want to enjoy with your friends, but I want you to set 2 goals, 2 people's goals, okay? The main reason people hate networking events and they say that they never get anything out of it is because they never set goals. They never decide who are the people that they want to meet during this event. So I want you to think, who are the 2 people you want to meet? It could be someone you actually, like a name, a full name, or John Smith, or a title, the CTO of Fiverr, or anyone else. These people could be people you want to learn from. Maybe look at the program and decide which one of the speakers you want to get to know today. Some people can help you solve urgent problems. Think, who are these people, and make sure to meet them. Maybe you want to hire new staff, so you could look for people you can hire, and of course, find a job. Maybe look for team managers or recruiters. I want you to think about 2 people goals that you have to meet by the end of the day. Then, I want you to research a bit about them and reach out. And this is where the WOVA app comes into place. So you can go on the app and look for relevant people you want to meet with and just send them, hi. Lirone, the lecturer, just asked me to send you a message, so I said I might as well say hi and let's try to meet later. But honestly, before any conference I attend, I usually make sure a few days before to approach people I want to meet with and make sure we actually set a time and place to meet during the event, and then networking is easy. I go to the event, I meet these people, and go back home. Okay. Next is about how to break the ice. Now, this is the most annoying things because it's never comfortable to just approach someone and just break the ice with them. So one good way to do it is, as I said earlier, just set a meeting with someone prior to the event. But I want to give you another strategy on how to break the ice. Imagine that you are standing in the first floor overlooking the ground floor, this floor out there. And what you see is going to look something like this. It's kind of overwhelming, right? I really feel overwhelmed when I watch it. So the first thing I would recommend for you to do is to find a corner and just look around, try to understand the dynamics, try to feel more comfortable in this chaotic picture. And then I want you to think about strategic locations you can stand and smoothly interact with new people. For example, there are some people that are just waiting for you to approach them. This would be the staff, the organizers, and even the sponsors, right? The people who are at the booth. So if you are, for example, standing where this lady stands next to the blue sign, you could start interacting with the person behind the table. You can then easily interact with the person next to her, and of course, start the conversation smoothly. Queues are also great locations, queue to the restroom, queue to the bar or lunch. And the best thing to say to break the ice is, "Hi, I'm Lirone, nice to meet you." But it's not always easy, right? So here are a few more options. One would be ask for directions. "Excuse me, where is the restroom? Where is hall B? Where is the exit? By the way, my name is Lirone, what's your name?" Another thing would be, and that's mainly goes well with women to women, is just give someone a compliment, but men, you can also compliment everybody, I'm sure. People always enjoy getting compliments. Just give a compliment and then introduce yourself. But I also want you to pay attention to these lost people, people who may need help. A few years ago, I was just here at the David Intercontinental outside. I was on the phone, and I was looking lost. You know, I was on the phone. I was, talking to someone, and a woman that was just behind me, she saw that something's wrong, and she approached me, and she said, "You seem lost. Can I help you?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm looking for my friend. We said we'll meet here at the Boston Stock Exchange conference." She says, "Darling, this is the Chicago Stock Exchange conference. You came to the wrong hotel." And I'm like, shit. But I was so fortunate to meet this woman because she became a friend, a mentor, a colleague, and someone I admire. And this, it was just a coincidence. But sometimes when you approach people in need, you don't know where this can lead you to. So I definitely recommend you to do this. Then when you meet the people, it's all about small talk, right? Now, as you know, small talk, maybe, as Israelis, we don't really like small talk. We like to go straight to the business, but it's important. It's good for us. Small talk is kind of smoothen the conversation. It allows us to feel more comfortable with one another. And it also helps us to assess the other person. Do I want to spend more time with this person? Is he or she relevant for me, and vice versa? And research shows, and I love this data, is that frequent small talks, even among those who identify themselves as introverts, make people happier. So don't miss a good opportunity to make yourself happier. But I want to share with you my small talk story. Remember, I told you I'm going to go back to the UN. So in the past 6 years, I've been an advisor at an affiliated United Nations committee that works around the SDG goals, the Sustainable Development Goals. And a few years back, I was invited to an event held by the UN Habitat. And when you enter such, diplomatic events, then it's very much acceptable to introduce yourself. So behind me, there was a guy from the India mission to the UN. Next to me, there was a guy from the Kenyan mission to the UN. And on my left, there was an empty seat. At some point, a very nice man just entered the room and sat next to me. I looked at him, and I instantly realized that he's actually a neighbor. He's actually from the region. And the thought that went through my mind is like, okay, is he going to like me? Is he going to stand up and leave? So just to be on the safe side, I have to be the first person to ask where he's from. I need to have the knowledge first. So I said, "Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Lirone." He said, "Hi, my name is Mahmoud." "Where are you from, Mahmoud?" "Iraq." "Okay." He said, "Where are you from?" "Israel." "Brazil?" "No, Israel." That's a true story. And then he was serious. He said, "Okay," and continued with his own stuff. Now, we were actually listening to a discussion that was held, so I was sitting next to him, listening to the discussion, and I said to myself, okay, it's probably going to be the only time in my life that I will have the chance to sit next to an Iraqi member to the United Nations, and I want to friend him, I want to get to know him, I want to talk to him, I want to connect with him. So what should I do? Guys, what do you think I did? What do you think was the first question I asked him to break the ice with him? The air condition is too high. Okay, that's a nice one. What else? What do you think the first question I asked him was? Any other ideas? Okay, are you ready for this? What is one of the most connecting topics in the world? You're a good bunch, good. So I approached him and I said, Mahmoud, there are a lot of people from Iraq and Israel, and some of them, of course, are my friends, and they have such good food. And then he was like testing me, like, really? Like what? Kube, tabule. He said, okay, and continued with his own stuff. And then I said, okay, after a few minutes, well, it's time to go for another round. What should I ask him now? So I approached him and said, by the way, where in Iraq are you from? And he said, I'm from South Iraq, from a certain city. And we had a few words about that. And then I said, okay, it's been 2 times that I was, initiating a conversation with him. We're in the middle of a delegation or a conference, and that's enough. At some point, I just felt someone tapping on my shoulder, like this. And I looked at him, and he was holding his iPhone. And he showed me a Wikipedia page of an old man, and he talks to me with pride, and he says, you see this person in the Wikipedia page? This person was the first Ministry of Economy in Iraq, and he was actually Jewish. Now, at this point, I knew that we broke the ice. This was where, we started talking and having such a fun conversation about him, about myself. And then, at the end, he said the things that I would never recommend you to say if you don't mean it. He said, okay, it was so nice to meet you. Let's keep in touch. Now, guys, we didn't even exchange contact information, but it was still a wonderful experience. And this is the best picture I could get from this moment. That's the guy, and this is the Wikipedia page that he showed me. And I like to share this story because we can learn so much about small talk and how we can make small talk with almost anyone. And you realize that I used common ground. So common ground is actually a connector. It's the glue between people. It's actually kind of a survivor mechanism for us human beings because we like to connect to people who remind us of ourselves. So when you go out there, I want to recommend you to use the 4 Ps when it comes to common ground. Common people, common passions, common places, common people, and present, what happens right now. And if I want to summarize this for you and give you like the small talk formula, so I want you to think that small talk has like 3 different stages. The first stage is the first impression. It usually happens between 3 to 30 seconds. The body of the conversation is where you build more connection with one another. And if you want to create a continuity, you can just say the right words to create a continuity. So when it comes to first impression, you have a window of 3 to 30 seconds. So the best thing would be to smile, give your personal introduction, and bring your positive vibes. Use positive words. Talk about positive topics. Don't talk about the rain and about the traffic. This is not the time, not in this first 30 seconds. If you want to connect, then use common ground. As I said, it creates connectivity. Find interest. Ask them about themselves. Find interest in other people. And as I said earlier, it will even increase the oxytocin between 2 of you. And state their names at least twice, at the beginning and at the end of a conversation. And if you want to create some continuity, just give value and make sure to exchange your contact information. I'll let you take a picture of that. Good. Now, what can you give? I just said give value. That's nice, a nice sentence, but what can you actually give? Chocolate? You can send them an article that you think would be relevant for them. You can share some professional information. You can connect someone to them. Share your CV if it's relevant. Share a link to a website. Send a photo of you together. You name it. Now, what is not recommended to talk about when you meet new people, especially in the first meeting? Don't say you will get back to them, you will be in touch if you don't intend to do it. Usually, it's better not to talk about politics or salary, and mainly any topic that can break you apart would not be recommended once you first meet you people. So now what? You came to this event, you had a goal, you set a goal of 2 people you want to meet. You contact them through WOVA. You made sure to meet during lunch. You broke the ice. You had a wonderful small talk with them. Now what? Follow up. Connect on LinkedIn. Send a message, email, or a WhatsApp. Set the next move, the next call. Send your CV. Meet up. Send them the photo you took together. You see this guy, Jeff Pulver? This picture was taken many years ago when I wanted to get to know him. He's an investor from New York. He came to Israel. A week before he was attending a Microsoft event, I sent him a message. Hi, Jeff, my name is Lirone. Can we meet at the Microsoft event? He said, yes, come to my booth at 1 p.m. That's what I did. I took a picture, and later I sent him the photo. A few months afterwards, I moved to the US, and he was a great friend and a great person who helped me a lot to actually settle in New York. So my friends, to sum it up, network like a leader. We talked about the fact that I recommend to set a goal of 2 people you'd like to meet today. Look them up on the app and connect with them. Break the ice with people. Engage in small talks and give value, and don't forget to follow up. Now, I want you to remember that networkers are leaders. As I said earlier, networkers are the ones who make people, companies, move forward. And I want you today to think how you can be better networkers, how you can look to people in the eye, how you can smile to people, listen, find interest in others, make other people feel good, ask what you want to get, and make sure to try and help them get what they want. And if ever in doubt, remember, leadership is choosing the next brave thing over and over. So choose brave. Happy networking. Thank you.